you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out.
Believe it.
Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your blood.
Following the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Right now, I'm in the midst of a series on narcissistic abuse, and I'm breaking this down by the kinds of patterns we see in people who've experienced narcissistic abuse. Some people will say, have I experienced narcissistic abuse? Watch this series. You know, each time you're like, yeah, I experienced that, and yeah, I experienced that. So I'm breaking it down that way and then trying to give you tips on what you can do in the face of each of these patterns. Today, we're going to take on loneliness. It's an interesting one, but loneliness is a classical part of narcissistic abuse. Before I go on, as always, if you like this content, please subscribe, join this fantastic community. You'll see the comments alone are sometimes even better than the darn videos. And please like the video if it actually speaks to you. So let's talk about loneliness. Here's where it gets interesting. Because so many people don't fully understand narcissistic abuse, people experiencing it will often report feeling lonely because nobody quite understands what they're going through. Sometimes even therapists don't. But the loneliness may have started a long time ago while you were in the narcissistic relationship. So let's take a look at these two different kinds of lonelinesses that come from being in narcissistically abusive situations. Now, first, narcissistic abuse, as I said, is something that many people don't know about or talk about. While it's happening to you, many people may gaslight you and say, oh, relationships are tough. It sounds like you guys are going to figure it out. Or they may something like, oh, families need to stick together. Families always find a way forward. Over time, it's easy to feel that you cannot talk about what is happening to you. And if you do, you will feel silence, you might feel shamed, you might even be gaslighted. Now, obviously, if you are already isolated in your narcissistic relationship, and you are already living in that alternate universe in which you are never listened to, or never heard, or you simply have your reality denied on the daily, that's already lonely. But coupled with the world not getting it, it really feels lonely. For the duration of your narcissistic relationship, you may very well have been lonely. If this is an intimate relationship, there may have been some love-bombing weeks or months or good moments interspersed in the relationship when you thought you were in something good. It gets more and more bracing and difficult to go from a good moment to then, boom, being devalued, discarded, and ignored. The cycle can feel unpredictable, and so you may never feel like you belong anywhere, which is a terribly lonely experience. If you are...
The voice of reason, I can't stand no more. Do you know? Nobody seems to listen to how what Dr. Ramani is saying, right? They don't listen to how it's being framed, right? It's being framed from the perspective of getting something, wanting to receive something, wanting to get something. No one, gosh, I don't want to say it, but no one has ever really been told how to be in a relationship with yourself. This doesn't mean, oh, I want to be single my whole life. But when you have an adequate relationship with yourself, right? When you can extrapolate love out of yourself, when you can extrapolate validation out of yourself, and I don't mean like a dismissive avoidant or a fearful avoidant may self-soothe. I mean, there is something in you that is infinite that can give you all that you seek from somebody else. See, whether your attachment style, if you have a maladaptive attachment style, that came from your primary caregiver. I'm talking about the primary source of all reality that animates you. There's something in you that you can call on, right? Some people will call it self-esteem, self-worth. No, these are just aspects of the infinite self. Dr. David R. Hawking, who wrote the book Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender, or Power versus Force, The Hidden Determinants of Human Behavior. When you read his work, he's talking about the foundational, fundamental reality of all that is. That's in each and every one of us. And the way relationships are set up, because I will concede, right? Yes, we need connection with other people. Sure. But I don't believe we need connection for spiritual resources. I believe we have spiritual resources. What we need connection for is reflection. Are y'all listening? We need connection for reflection. I don't think we need connection for resources. But when you are raised in a society that is transactional and that doesn't elevate the relationship with self over the relationship with others, we now look to others to gain what we have latent within ourselves. 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on complete fire. If you're just tuning in, tonight's topic made you look. Inattentional blindness in relationship. Inattentional blindness. What is inattentional blindness? It's when I'm driving on the freeway, nobody's on the freeway, I'm going 90, and I just kind of zone out listening to my music, and I'm not really registering the road I'm on. And when my attention comes back to really driving and paying attention to what's going on, I recognize that I'm 5 miles down the road. Nothing registered. Don't you know, many of us are in relationships like this. We pay more attention when we're pursuing. A lot of us lose that attentiveness when we got what we think we want. Come on, 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it. Sean, I need you to get back in here and finish your thought, my friend.
Oh, brother. Well, thank you, and a wonderful show. You're talking about something where I think you're hitting on the most important thing that I think, and I hope the listeners will understand what I'm saying, is that, it isn't just about yourself, but you do have to have that element of yourself that is not going to be, steamrolled. So you have to have that in a relationship, and it has to be teamwork, right? And they have to look at you sometimes as a leader, They have to look at you sometimes as a role model. And actually, not just sometimes. If you have kids, they're looking at you all the time as young children. They're looking at you, and they'll pick up everything you're doing. So it does matter what you do all the damn time. Same thing in a relationship. Just don't take it for granted, and communicate, meaning talk to your loved one, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Talk to them and communicate and try to come to an agreement of, hey, we're in this together.
Man, I love it, brother. Thank you, Sean. Guess what you just
Thanks,
did?
brother. Oh, Lynn.
Oaktown in the building, town business. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Who we got? We got Nzinga, Pensacola, Florida, then Brandon. Nzinga, get up in here.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Zoll. What's going on?
I'm alive and well. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. So I asked in the chat, and I have one additional quick question too. I asked in the chat, is inattentional blindness used to pull away from a partner?
I believe.
Or can it be used?
Yes. 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 I believe sometimes we numb
How so?
ourselves. Sometimes we numb ourselves out when we're not getting what we want. When it's cheaper to keep him or her, or, I can't do no better. Ain't nothing out there for me, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I think we slip into inattentional blindness. And the next thing you know, we wake up and it's 3 years later after we had the initial thought of, you know what, I should have left 3 years ago. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes we'll shift it to the kids. You know what, we got kids. Or sometimes, we got this business. And sometimes, you knew back in the day, I should have did what I needed to do. Sometimes we slip into that inattentional blindness when we really don't want to let go. Talk to me now. We might not want to be lonely.
That sounds like something Dr. Joshana talked about when you're kind of in a relationship and you hit a plateau. I forget what was the technical term that she used. But that sounds like, when you've been with somebody for a real long time. It sounded like that. But also I want to know, like, inattentional blindness. When you deal with somebody, let's say you're married to a high-value man, or a man is married to a high-value woman, or you're married to an artist, a writer, a painter, and they have to be focused. Can it be temporary and, like, I'll get right back to you type of thing?
Well, can we just be honest?
Mm-hmm.
Most artists love their art more than they love their partner. Especially if the art is a part of their purpose. Like, if the art is their purpose, they gonna love the purpose more than they love the person. That's just what it is. Quincy Jones was horrible with his wives. He's music, baby. I'm married to the music now. That's what it is. Listen now. Hey, how do you think we have all of these things, Come on now. Quincy, hey, do you see what I'm saying? So if it's part of the purpose, and sometimes you might see a significant other trying to compete with their partner's purpose. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So what does a spouse do? Should somebody like that even be in a romantic partnership? I mean, what is a spouse to do? You shouldn't compete. You definitely are. I agree. You should not compete with your spouse's or your romantic partner's art, because that can create some type of block in their creation. I get that. You need a certain space.
Right, but go back to my initial setup. The initial setup is the source of all that is in you. And if you got to compete with their purpose, that means you haven't discovered it in you. So you get clingy onto them. Many people will date your talent before they date your character. Do you see that? Oh, this dude is talented. Oh, this dude is special. right?
And meanwhile, they could be really not a good person. They just good in what they do.
Listen, this is how you know you dealing with somebody who doesn't have good character. They rarely make mistakes. A person with good character gonna make mistakes. A person with good character is going to fail. And when he fails, he's going to say, you know what, I failed. Please forgive me. This is what I did. When you see somebody who rarely make mistakes, that means they have a strategy for life. A person with a strategy for life is a navigator. Woo. They navigate.
But Mrs. O, you should not. So you shouldn't. Are you just supposed to wing it?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is life has a plan and a counter plan for every stratagem you have. Right? And sometimes life takes you onto different roads that you weren't prepared for. Right? So guess what you got to do? You got to be able to adjust. As me and Dr. Alan Berger talked about on the CD, can you adjust at close range in relationships? See, if you got a pattern and a plan for everything, you're an automaton. And I guarantee, if I go back and look at the original construction of those patterns, they were made out of fear and hurt. I don't want to get hurt again, so I'm gonna operate like this now. Do you get what I'm saying?
There's no authenticity could be missing if they have a plan, a backup plan for everything.
Go back to Krishnamurti. Freedom from the known. Most of our known is contaminated. Our attachment styles come from broken parents. So most of us, I would say, have a maladaptive attachment style. We are conditioned to make sure we protect those attachment wounds. Do you see? When I see the highly strategic person, I see the user. I see the manipulator. Somebody who can live in an authentic moment without a plan and adjust freely in that moment, that's a person who is self-realized. That's a person who is self-actualized. I took from the newness of the moment and elevated myself right there. No, I didn't run back to what my mama told me. I didn't run back to what I was raised to do. Do you see? Let's invert it. You wasn't raised. You were lowered. Your attachment style lowers you. But it gives you an opportunity to raise up if you accept the challenge of confronting it. Those who made it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, Nzinga.
Yes, it does.
Thank you, Nzinga, for pushing me tonight. I love it. I love it. You brought Pensacola, Florida in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, we're going to talk to Brandon.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over, and if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Febreze. Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week, Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze, la 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 la.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
For all my people in the struggle, you think God's forgotten about you. Here's some pain medicine. Let's go! You in your car, you at the house, on your job, be encouraged, boo. Come on!
I've been down so long, I've been hurt for so long. There were times I thought I'd never see the break of day. It was hard for me to see your plan for me, and I tried to believe, sure it won't last away. So night after night, night after night, night after night, I pray, Lord, don't take the joy from me.
Don't take it, Father. Good to us. You brought us from a mighty long way. That's why we love you. Come on.
Hi, my name is Thais Gibson, and I'm the co-owner and creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I want to chat with you about fearful avoidance, anxious, preoccupied, and even dismissive avoidant attachment styles, and feeling unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. So we're going to do sort of a deep dive into these core wounds themselves and where they can come from, and how the different attachment styles, just at a high level for this part, sort of respond to some of the different challenges they might have experienced in their early lives and in their past that create this sort of pain point and core wound of feeling that way, and also things that people might do to adapt to some of the pain they went through that keep them that leave them feeling even further unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. And I also want to touch on what other core wounds those core wounds can activate along with them and sort of like entangle with to a certain degree. And then I also want to chat with you about some strategies to work through these things. So stay tuned, we'll go through all these different things. Before I dive into all the content, I want to let you guys know we are still doing a sale to support our community during these uncertain times. I know there's a lot of challenges going on in the world right now, and so we're just trying to lend as much support as we can in different ways. So we have a coupon code. I will leave it in the video, like a little thing you can click on. And the coupon code is with you. It's all one word, and you can enter it as you go to sign up for a membership. It applies to 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month memberships, as well as single course purchases. And we have a really amazing supportive community in there. I'm like blown away and honestly like honored every day that there are such great people in our community, and we do 3 live webinars a week. And, you know, I'm doing some open Q&A webinars so people can really get their personal questions answered. They're answered in the other 2 webinars anyways, but the other 2 have some extra like bonus content. And we also have just about 30 or more courses. I have to actually go back and count. I feel like there's so many. There's like 80 plus webinars at this point and 30 or so courses about a whole bunch of different topics, all pre-recorded. An hour and a half to 3 hours each, lots of content, a deep dive, workbooks, reprogramming, you name it. There's lots of resources in there. So
I really wanted to promote Thais Gibson because we play her on the show a lot. And I want y'all to get her information and go join it and study it. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the most liberating things you could do is ask somebody, what is your attachment style? They're going to say, oh, what is that? I don't know. And then tell them to go get online and take a test and be honest, answer the questions honestly, and see what their attachment styles is. That's going to reveal so much. That's going to reveal more than, how did your last relationship end? Or, you know, women got good questions. Tell me about your last 3 relationships and why did they end and what was your part in it? No, what's your attachment style? That's going to tell me everything I need to know. That's better than asking what's your sign. That's better than asking any of that. What is your attachment style? And if you come out your mouth with anxious, preoccupied, fearful avoidant, dismissive avoidant, I know we got work to do. I know there is work to be done. Start asking, what is the attachment style? Just like I said in the last piece, man. Your attachment style knocks you down. It lowers you so you can learn how to get up from the beginning. Okay, I ain't even going. Here we go. Brandon, Broward County, get in here.
So, how you doing, my bro?
What's up, good brother? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Damn, it's beautiful, and I'm rocking with everything you're talking about. I just want to know if I'm tripping because me and my fiance, we've been together, I'm going to just jump out there and tell y'all, since we was 12. And
wait, stop. This is about to get good. You hold tight, Brandon. We coming back to Florida. He about to cook when we come forward. More from Brandon out of Broward County.
Hallelujah. Jesus, you are. Jesus, you are. Jesus, you are. You are Jesus. You are my sunlight after the rain. Yes, sir. Wherever you are, I wanna. I just wanna be near you. I'm so glad I can hear you. Won't you know? Come on. I've been looking for you. I realize nothing else will satisfy me. Nothing, Father.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Plans are in the works for the 114th Annie Malone May Day Parade. It's set to take place this year on Sunday, May 19th in downtown St. Louis. It's the oldest African-American parade in the U.S. and raises money for Annie Malone Children and Family Services. Malone was a well-known businesswoman, inventor, and philanthropist who founded and developed a large commercial and educational enterprise centered on cosmetics for African-American women. Former President Donald Trump and other co-defendants are still trying to fight for using their First Amendment rights in the election interference case filed by Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis, who is black. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee ruled last week that political speech isn't impenetrable from prosecution if it's used to further criminal activity. Trump's attorney stated that they've called for a review of the order. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
NexGard Plus, Afoxalon or Moxidectin and Pyrantel chewable tablets, is the one you want for your dog's monthly protection. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your veterinarian about NexGard Plus Chews today.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader. If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow the leader.
Following the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Tips to help improve your credit score in 2024. Establishing credit is an important key to achieving financial health, but building a credit history from scratch can feel challenging since you need credit to build credit. First, what does it mean to build credit? All consumers have a score between 300 and 850. You want your score to be as high as possible as lenders look at your credit score to make loan and credit decisions. A good credit score shows you have a track record of borrowing money responsibly. Remember, it's never too late to build or rebuild your credit. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a new Samsung Galaxy A15 for just $99. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah! Good talk.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. In-store activation on single Silver Unlimited plan or higher required. Family plan discount with 4 lines all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Girl, I have a secret.
When I get stressed out, I get sweaty. That's why I use Secret Clinical Antiperspirant. It's like my own secret weapon. For 72 hours, I get Secret's strongest protection against sweat caused by stress, heat, and activity, because you know how crazy life can get. Plus, it's made with advanced odor fighters that don't just cover up smelliness. They help prevent it from happening in the first place. Believe me, if I weren't wearing Secret, I'd be a hot, smelly mess. Thankfully, Secret works.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Material on your Walkman, box to any stereo, uno, dos not cuatro. Spanish girls, they like to call me Pancho. On the mic, innovating this pattern. You fell off, your brain is on Saturn. Take steps and climb my ladder and climb, climb, climb. Pace the rhythm and clock the time that I leave. Come back on beat, different. Telling and selling, like a skyjet plane propelling, but dwelling deep in your skull. My rhyme shines and yours are dull like dirt. It hurt to be whacker, but instead I grab a big stacker. Whack MCs, lay 'em down like tile. Scrapping garbage, germs I pile to keep clean. I'm in a movie scene. Ears turn and needles lean to cut scratches in a part that matches. I'm leaving eyes and brains with patches stuck. So push my luck. For any roach or MC duck, just watch me. Watch me now. Suckers. Why everybody gotta watch you? I'm living large. My record's on the radio. Every day you hear me in the stereo, rapping hard with lots of volume. You hear static.
Presents 7 Reasons Why You Feel Invisible. Many people experience feeling invisible at some point. It's the feeling you get when you walk into a room and no one looks up. You want to be at least acknowledged, but nobody seems to notice you're even there. Perhaps you feel like you're being overlooked or taken for granted, whether it's at work, school, or home. You can be surrounded by people, yet feel alone. It's a feeling that can be difficult to shake, and it often leaves you lonely and isolated. So what causes it? And how can you change it? We've put together a list of reasons why you might feel this way, and what you can do in order to feel seen. Number 1, you were neglected as a child. Feeling invisible can be one of the effects of childhood neglect. Maybe your parents or primary caregivers were too busy with their own lives to give you any attention. Perhaps they didn't have the emotional capacity to care for you in the way that you needed as a child. Or worse, you were abused by your caretakers. This kind of treatment can certainly make it hard to feel like the people around you actually see you. And it's also possible that you've carried that feeling of invisibility into adulthood. This feeling can make it hard for you to connect with people and develop relationships that are truly meaningful. And while many people find it hard to cope with the fact that they were neglected as children, it doesn't have to be this way. There are ways you can start to feel more connected and less invisible, even if you didn't have someone there for you when you were growing up.
You don't get this PBS special off here, man. That's the after school special. You're invisible. And that's because, listen, you can never be invisible if you always see yourself. You can never be invisible if you always keep an eye on yourself. You think you invisible because other people can't see you? What if you're vibrating higher than them and you're not within their spiritual frequency? You know, eyesight works on a spectrum, and there's a very narrow bandwidth that we actually see in. We don't see ultraviolet rays, right? We don't see gamma rays, right? We don't see those. We don't see X-rays. Maybe you're vibrating on a higher level to where they can't see you. How about that? But you can see you. And sometimes it's more about you seeing you, just like it's more about you accepting you appreciating you acknowledging you loving on you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You live in an empty world that taught you to run after things that are outside of you to validate you. You live in, the world is in reverse, it's inverted. Go to them, they'll make you feel whole. Wrong. Go get them, they'll make you happy. Wrong. Anything meaningful has always been an inside job. Always. Oh, Lord. Let's get Brandon back in here. Brandon! Come on. Brandon, you're on the line, brother. Talk to me. Brandon? Brandon done went to the store.
Can you hear me,
I was
Bosman?
about to say, Brandon went to the store. Did you go to the store, Brandon?
Oh, no.
Talk to
Nah,
us,
my
brother.
phone was muted. Sorry about that.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so because I don't want to take up too much time.
Nah, go ahead, brother. Take your time, brother. We're going to let you get your space on. Let's go.
All right, so we've been together since we were 12, and I'm 37 now. We have 4 kids, 4 children. I'm very thankful for them. The issue that I'm dealing with right now.
Wait, hold on 1 second just to clear this up because people are concerned. Were you 12 and she was 12? Y'all both were 12, right?
We both were 12.
Okay,
grade.
cool. 6th graders.
No, 7.
7th grade? Oh, so y'all was middle school love.
Yeah.
Hey, man, put on Kool and the Gang, Cherish the Love real quick. Because y'all go back. Put on It's Too Hot. It's Too Hot. Yeah. This is.
There it is.
I see what you're doing, sir. Y'all was together since 12? That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
Are y'all still together? Before you get into your story, I just got to ask these questions. I'm sorry.
It's all right. We're still together.
And how old are you guys now?
37.
37. Y'all done spent your whole life to. Come on, brother. We're going to dedicate this to you and your girl right now. Let's just take a quick 30-second break for Brandon and his woman. In love since 12. Let's go. Come on, JT. Kool and the Gang.
Let's take a walk together near the ocean shore.
Oh, wow.
Hand in hand, you and I. Let's cherish every moment we have been given. Where time is passing by.
Yeah. Come on, Brandon. Love story. Talk to us, man.
All right.
Talk
so
to us, brother.
in this love story, there was some betrayal, and it's from both sides. What I'm getting at is, when I said that I was tripping earlier because, I did my thing, and I think what's bothering me though is that she had did some shit a long time ago, and I'm just now finding out about it.
Wait, Brandon.
And to know,
Brandon, you can't curse on the radio. This is like real radio, like
I'm
terrestrial.
sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Like Big Boy in
I'm
the
sorry.
morning. You can't do that. But go ahead.
I apologize.
We caught it, but no cussing, brother. I said, wait a minute. He didn't got all the way in his feelings. We might want to turn
I
Kool and the Gang
apologize.
off. Oh, go ahead, brother. Finish.
I found out later on, and to know my fiance, it's like, damn, you was capable of that, And now it's like I'm trying to get past that, and I'm listening to you talk, and it's like everything that I'm dealing with, everything that I'm thinking of when you speak of unintentional blindness. And, I can get past it. I think the thing that was bothering me with this was I'm feeling like, you didn't give me a chance to leave you. Every time I did something, I wore that on my sleeve, and I came to you with that. Or if you ever found out, I kept it real with you. but you didn't give me a chance to keep it real with you. You let me, go on. Now we got kids, and I can't leave her, bro. I can't, because my dad left my mom's, and I'm always like, well, damn, y'all could have worked it out,
Stop.
and that's what I'm.
Stop. Man, let me just say this, brother. I love you, man, for really sharing that. And you're not done sharing, but I want you to understand something. There's infinite possibilities. There are multiple right answers to your story. And what I don't want you to do is pigeonhole yourself to relive a situation or redeem a situation that might not be yours to redeem. You understand? Oh,
what you mean?
My dad did this to my mom, so I can't. Not necessarily. Do you understand?
I hear you.
Do you understand? And I understand what you're saying. I feel you on that. When you find somebody that you grew up with, that you love, come on, man, I understand. But that doesn't mean that relationship is supposed to last forever. Don't you know?
Oh, we got kids, though.
I'm not telling you to leave. Please understand. I'm telling you that you got more options than you think you do. And I'm just trying to keep you from painting yourself into a corner. Does that make sense?
I hear you. She don't work, though. I'm the one that's working, so what I'm going to do?
When we come forward, we going to get even deeper. Broward County done turned this thing upside down.
Lady, gotta cool this anger from this mess that we made. It's too hot, lady. Gotta run for shelter, gotta run for shade. It's too hot, so hot, lady.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey LA, be an eco-friendly hero. Join LADWP's Power Savers program and use your smart thermostat to help ease strain on the electric grid during peak electric demand. You'll save electricity while you lower your bill. Plus, as a power saver, you can get up to $185 in prepaid gift cards. Don't have a smart thermostat? No problem. Shop and sign up at ladwp.com/Power Savers program. That's ladwp.com/Power Savers program. To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal societal standards and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I had to cut the last clip. Let Jane Eugene say it. That's Jane Eugene. The voice of reason has been on complete fire tonight. Come on, man. This is Tuesday. This is a Tuesday night in Los Angeles, and we in here acting a complete fool. My playlist is my co-host. Let's get Brandon back in here. Brandon.
I'm here.
I gotta tell you, man, you don't have to relive or renew what your daddy didn't do or what. You have a choice. And I'm not telling you to leave your family. That's not what I'm telling you to do, brother. You can still care for your family. You can still care for your woman. But you also have to recognize when you do things like you're proposing. Let me ask you a question. Are you a martyr? Are you a relationship martyr? Are you about to sacrifice yourself in order to maintain everything?
For my babies all day. Because the man that called, I think before the last call, it said the kids is watching.
So watch this. So watch what I'm about to say. I commend you for that. I love you for that, brother. But I'm here to tell you, you can still do everything you need to do. This is what you're not focusing on. You guys got together at 12. Y'all been rocking since then. What was said was, I wasn't allowed to break up with you. Is that what she said to you? Or is that what you said to her?
That's what I said to her. She didn't give me a chance.
Right.
Really?
She said, you ain't going nowhere. We 10 toes down. Right?
Pretty much.
Y'all 37.
After
Listen,
the fact.
y'all 37 years old. Y'all young still. Do you know you've watched her go through all of these phases and changes? She's watched you. The only way this relationship is going to work, number one, y'all got to go to therapy. Number two, there has to be a total willingness, right, to be transparent, to be honest, and to disavow all negative actions that were brought upon this relationship. And it's a process. The hurt you feel from her indiscretion, you said y'all both did it to each other, right?
Yes.
Okay. The hurt she feels from your indiscretion, it's going to take a process to heal that if y'all gonna stay together. Because guess what? If you guys don't fully commit 10 toes down to healing it, because y'all can heal it. I'm just here to tell you, staying together without being healed don't help those kids. Do you hear me? That can actually hurt those children. Because let me tell you something, children are not just modeling your psychology, your emotionality. your communication styles. Children are modeling your unhealed wounds. Man, I'm sitting in, listen, do you know a child can learn in the womb? Imagine what they can learn outside the womb. If they can learn inside the womb, imagine what they can learn outside the womb. Brother, I know you want to keep your family together, and I'm an advocate for that. But brother, an unhealed parental system, man, that's like watering the vineyards with vinegar. You gonna contaminate the vine. Do you understand? I believe in y'all. I believe y'all can pull it together. But the commitment has to be on marriage level. I'm not saying get married. If you want to get married, get married. But what I'm saying is when people get married, typically they are serious about it, right? I'm saying your commitment to healing has to be on the level of somebody saying we get married. It has to be a marriage level commitment. I'm going to heal me. Baby, you heal you. Right?
Right.
For the benefit of our children. Now watch how God worked, the universe worked. Don't you know y'all could be healing and still growing apart? Huh? Don't you know you could get healed and wind up recognizing that this relationship was just to bear and raise children and not be together?
Gotcha.
Do you understand what? That's why I said there's multiple options, brother. And I don't want you to try to get a medal your father didn't earn. Do you understand? Oh, I'm dad of the year and I did better. That's your wound saying, acknowledge me. That's your father wound speaking. I don't want to be like him. Let me tell you something, brother, about unhealed wounds. They make us attractive in the wrong way. Oh, we're going to stay attractive. But what are we attracting? Do you see? Do you see?
Hey.
So, brother, I would suggest go find a really dope sister that is a clinician, right? A psychiatrist, not psychologist. Psychiatrists are MDs. Psychologists are PhDs or PsyDs. But go find a really good psychologist, brother. Therapist. And y'all commit at that level to heal your family. Because if you still got resentment, you're going to have resistance. Clearly, she got resentment because she went out and cheated on you. And gave you a little taste of your own medicine, right?
Straight up.
All right, brother. All right, brother. Listen, keep me posted and let me know how this goes. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Yo, I'm sorry, JW. I had to help this brother. Listen, man, there are people out there that don't even like me because I do this work. But let me tell you something. I went to hell to get this information. Do you understand me? I went to hell and slapped the devil in the mouth to get this information. You don't get to judge me. I just helped that young man. And that's what this is all about. That's what the voice of reason is here for. If we're not helping, if we're not trying to change people and uplift people, who are you to judge? I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. It is Sentencing Day.